Hello, everybody. The time is here. It's here. Um, Most of Spirit's lineup was dropped today, and I'm ready to talk about it. I'm gonna wait until we have videos of everything before I make the tier list. Right now, I have Spirit's website pulled up directly behind my camera. So if I'm ever looking off into the distance, that's why. But we're gonna go over everything from what's listed first on their campsite page. We're just gonna go top to bottom, and we're gonna go over my thoughts. And I'm gonna get this right out of the way. Their whole lineup has grown off on me, and I'm a little disappointed. There are some good things about it, though. It's not all bad. And yeah, we're gonna go over it. We're gonna start at the very top. Now, starting at the top here, I think honestly we're getting one of the best things out of the way first. The Michael Myers, which it's really sad that this is one of the best this year because this isn't even really a Spirit animatronic. This is a Trick or Treat Studios animatronic, which it's phenomenal, by the way. It's phenomenal. But also, it sucks that it's taking a Trick or Treat Studios prop to make it into one of the best, because also it is probably out of most people's price range. This guy is $350, which isn't the worst for the quality that you're getting. He looks phenomenal. The animation, phenomenal. They got the rights to this official soundtrack, so that's phenomenal. He really is just about a perfect Michael Myers. This is the best one we've gotten in a long time, dare I say, since Jemmy's Michaels. He's really cool. He is amazing. Like, the build looks phenomenal. The proportions look pretty good. Mask looks great. You know, the soundtrack, animation, like I said, all great. All great. It's great. It's not gonna stay that way, and it changes up pretty quickly, because the second one we have on the website is a Carnival Creeper. I'm disappointed. So Carnival Creeper, as you can tell, is a Nightcrawler reskin. Why? What is this? I don't know. I get it. It's a monster clown. It's not supposed to be human-like, but like, you could have given us reskin Backbend Bonnie into a clown. It could be like a contortionist clown. You had it all right there. I don't know what this is. I get it. It has its fans. I do like the little added mouth animation, even though it's not really an animation. It just kind of pops up with the body. I like that. That was creative. That was cool. But we didn't need this. And let me check up on that price real quick, because $230. I'm not a fan. I can understand the appeal. It is more unique of a clown. I understand. It's just okay. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that one. Moving on, Trash Bandit. I know a lot of people were dogging on it and every other raccoon prop because we have 3 in 1 year. One of them being a return from Party City. Now, honestly, maybe hot take, I don't know yet, I have no idea. This one is my favorite out of the 3. This one's my favorite. I like that it doesn't use latex. It's fully plastic, and I know people might be upset about that, but I'm actually a fan. It'll last way longer as long as the mechanism is okay. $150, very affordable price. I thought he was going to be more than that. I don't know the prices of the other ones, but this is probably the cheapest, and if you use a coupon on top of that. Outdoor rated. Not that you're gonna want to leave a trash can outside for all of October, but if you wanted to, you could. I really like that. Not that it was needed, but I think it's a cool feature. I think he's cool, honestly. Maybe hot take. he's one of my favorites from the whole lineup. I don't know what else to say. I think he's a good price. I think his jump scare looks fast. It looks like he's made of durable materials. Again, we have to kind of see how long the trash can lasts, but I think he's all right. I think he's all right. Next up, we have Wind Up Wally. This hurts. This physically hurts me. I don't know why, but whenever I look at Wind Up Wally, I get like a certain pain in my chest, and it hurts. It stings. It hurts bad. Wind Up Wally. Dear God, first of all, look at this face. I am speechless. I'm speechless. Here's the thing. Here's my biggest problem with him. I think the animation is cool. The crank on his back and the sort of pop-up, like we've never seen a pop-up like that before. I think he's cool. I think the animation's cool. I think the animation's cool. His voice makes me want to cry. His voice is awful. It's awful. His voice and his face ruins the entire prop for me. Not a terrible price, $170. It's not awful. He's almost 5 foot tall. He's 4'10". But and my main problem, he says, and I have this problem with pretty much every jump scare animatronic on this planet. He says his phrase, and then he jump scares you. So you know exactly, like he's leaning down and he's talking to the grass. You know what's about to happen, and it ruins the entire thing. I'm gonna move on before I get violent. We're gonna move on. I don't like Wind Up Wally. A little palate cleanser here. We're gonna talk about Crackles. We're gonna talk about him. He turned out looking really cool. I think he looks really cool. And I really like, the face popping open. Of course, that's his whole thing. I think his face underneath looks pretty cool. That's pretty much what I was expecting. I appreciate the little bit of blood around his neck. Again, they could have done more. They could have very well done more. His entire face is peeling open, and we just get like a little bit around his neck. They could have done better. He is $250, which, I think he could have been a little lower. I don't think he has to be quite that much, but they know that people will pay that because he's a clown and he has this new gimmick. He's outdoor rated, which is cool. I appreciate that. Although I feel like the rain is going to ruin his hair pretty quickly, so it's not going to stay looking like that for long, if that's something you care about. But yeah, really, like, my main issue with this guy is just the phrases. I don't know, man, they're mid. His animation's cool. He's not my favorite. I didn't think he would be, honestly, from the start. I didn't have my hopes too high for him. He's alright. I can see why he has his fans. He's not terrible. Moving on, we got Buzz. And honestly, I am okay with Buzz. The reason why I am so okay with Buzz, and honestly, he might be one of my purchases this year, they took Wanda Webworth and they made her like 5 times better. First of all, now yes, this is only 4 feet tall, $170. I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's bad. Now, you are kind of paying for that with the only animation being in the wings. There's no mouth animation, arm animation. It's just in the wings, which is the one complaint that I have. I think they could have given it, either a mouth animation or an arm animation. I think they could have given it one more. But 170, 4 foot, you got the wings animation, and it's outdoor rated. So it's a full plastic body. And honestly, like an outdoor rated prop, a really unique one like this, 170, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's quite good. This might be one of my purchases this year. I am not sure. But it's affordable, it's outdoor rated, and I think it's cool. I think it's cool looking. There's nothing more I gotta say about that. Jeremy Jaws. Let's talk about him. I think he's cool. He is definitely unique. However, I think 250 is way too much. The only thing this guy does is roll around like Mr. Punchy, and then he has that face animation with everything falling out. I think the face animation is genius. People have been thinking about that for years, and we finally get to see it. They finally actually did it. We've all been waiting for something like that, and I think it's amazing. I think they executed it really well. I'm glad he has no phrases, because if he were to have phrases, I feel like they would be really goofy and they would screw it up, so I'm glad they went this route of not giving him phrases. I think it really works out in his favor. I mean, honestly, like, my main complaint with him is just the price. I just think he's overpriced. Other than that, I think they did him pretty well. Moving on to one that I feel like everyone was excited about, me included. Ooh, I hit my mic there, I'm sorry. Doomsday Duo. I am very happy. I'm also a little disappointed. No, I'm mixed. First of all, 250 I feel like is, like, a part of me wants to say that's fair, but part of me wants to say it isn't, because it's kind of two props in one, but also they only each have the one animation, which is just pulling the mask away. I wish they did one more thing. I feel like that's a little underwhelming. I really like, this is one time where I'll say I really like the phrases. I think the phrases are phenomenal. I love the voices. I think they're perfect. My one complaint is just the boy's face, because I wanted these two to be more of like a victim prop, so they are hurt by whatever they're, protecting themselves from. And the woman, the lady, I think looks great. I think she looks amazing. But then the little boy looking all evil and mischievous, I feel like kind of ruins it for me, because I feel like he should also look like the woman and be all, messed up, like not happy, like no smile on his face. I don't know. I get what they were going for, but like, that's just, they almost had it. They almost had a really perfect prop, and they just missed it by a little bit, and that's just what's so disappointing to me. Second to last, we have a huge disappointment, and what I'm gonna say is one of the worst animatronics of all time, not a doubt in my mind. Harvey Carvey. And I know, I know that's a hot take. I know it is. I know. First off, I'm going to start by saying I don't think his price is horrible. $150 I think is fine. He is only 4 foot. I think they could have gone a little cheaper, but I understand. And I think 150 is fine. I don't think he looks bad. I think the pumpkin head is cool. I think it's cool. And I like how he has a knife in one hand and like is that a fork, a spork? I don't know. A knife in one hand, a fork in the other, and he has 2 animations, the head going back and forth and the arms going up and down. So 2 animations, 150. I think that's fine. I think his face looks cool. Great. So what's my issue? His voice. I cannot stand his voice. Who thought this would be a good idea? Who? I want to speak to this person, genuinely. Because his voice is not good. It's awful. It's bad. It's really bad. Really, really bad. For me, his voice ruins the whole prop. I think it completely destroys it. He sounds like some anime kid. He watches too much anime. That's canon, by the way. Now that's canon. Harvey Carvey watches way too much anime. But before I lose my mind, I'm gonna move on. He's awful. If I was making a tier list, he would go below F. He would be in his own category. I know that's gonna disappoint so many people, but I don't care. He's awful. I don't like him. Last, but almost certainly not least, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Pumpkin Punisher. Pumpkin Punisher. This is like the expensive, the like really big expensive prop of the year. Every year has one of those, and this is him this year. Pumpkin Punisher, 7 feet, so he's towering. 350. Way too much. Way too much. He should not be 350. That's way out there. He has 2 animations. He has, the head movement and then the Darling Dolly lunging movement, which I think is really cool. I like that he has no phrases. I love that it's just laughing. We need more of that. Do that more. I love that. But the one thing I don't, actually, 2 things I don't love. First off, what happened? What happened? All right, if you're looking at the prototype, he looks amazing. He looks phenomenal. What happened? No, because that's really disappointing, and I feel like we need to talk about this. He genuinely, someone put him through a Temu filter and popped this out, because this is not the same guy. This is not him. That aside, my second complaint is what I already complained about once in this video. He doesn't even have phrases, so he's just laughing, right? Which I love. But why are we gonna laugh for like 30 minutes straight and then do our jump scare? Why don't we jump scare first while the person is still standing there and then laugh during the retracting? I will never understand. I will never understand why these companies won't just do the jump scare first. I don't get it. I don't, and I never will. I've just kind of come to accept that now. This is a battle that I'm not winning. But I think he's very cool in concept, but they completely butchered him in execution. And for 350, absolutely not. I'm sorry, but no. But yeah, that about wraps it up. This was really long, but I had some thoughts to get out. I'm going to do one more of these. There's going to be a part 2 because I wouldn't say half, like a quarter of the lineup still has to come out. And I am a little excited. I won't spoil too much, even though it's already out there. But the Witch has a cool gimmick, and Dead Humor's cool, and I like Ghostface's bloody face. The only 2 animatronics I'm considering purchasing this year are Buzz and Dead Humor. I think Dead Humor for me is a must, but that's a returning prop. Like, Spirit with the original props did not do well, but that's for another video. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I know pretty much none of you are probably going to agree with half of what I said in this video, but that's okay. I'm open to a debate, even though if we're talking about Harvey Carvey, I'm gonna win. So don't even try with that one. But yeah, we're gonna end it there, and I will see you all in the next one.